In this video, I will be using group policy to deploy Keepass. I will deploy it using two different methods. One of them will be where we create a group policy for our domain computers and then the computers install the software during computer startup. Another one is where we create group policy for our domain users and then the users themselves can install the software whenever they like. And I'm starting this video from my GitHub page, and here you can find more of my videos that are related to this topic. For example, here you can find my Windows Server setup, and here you can find extra group policies and settings that I'm using when I'm deploying software using group policy. And I will leave the URL in the description down below. And now I will begin this video by downloading Keepass MSI package, so for that I will use the link that I have here. And it brings me to the Keepass download page. In the bottom of the page, we can download the MSI package for Keepass. So I will click the link here. It brings us to the source forge. And here we need to wait 5 seconds before our download starts. Until then, I will go to my downloads folder and we have our MSI package already. And now that I have my MSI package, I will right click on it, select copy, and then I will go to my VMware workstation where I have my Windows Server setup. I will minimize the server manager and move the MSI file to my desktop. Then we need to move this file to a network share that is accessible to our users and computers. So I will open a file explorer and here I will enter the network path for my file server. And for me it's SRV02. Here I have a share name software, so I will go inside of it. And here I will create a new folder named Keepass. I will go inside of the folder and move the MSI file into this folder. And here you need to make sure that you have the correct NTFS and share permissions. For example, if I go to Properties, Security and Edit, we can see that I have authenticated users with read permissions and I have the same on my share permissions. And authenticated users means that both my users and the computers have the read permissions in this folder, so all of them will be able to execute this MSI package. So make sure that you have the correct permissions, and now let's start creating our group policy. So for that I will go to my server manager. Then I will select Tools, Group Policy Management. I will select Group Policy Objects and expand it. And now let's create our first policy, and the first policy will be for our domain computers. This means that the software will be installed during computer startup. So to create a new policy, I will right-click on Group Policy Objects and select New. I will name the policy Assign Keepass and select OK. Then I will select the policy, I will right-click it and select Edit. And because this is our computer policy, we need to go to Computer Configuration, Policies, Software Settings, and Software Installation. Then I will right-click inside of here, select New, and select Package. Here you need to make sure that you are selecting a file that is from a network share and not a file like this that is located locally on the server that is located in the desktop. If it will allow you to select this file, but the installation will fail because no user or computer will have access to desktop on the server. So to select the file from a network share, we need to enter a network path here. So for me, once again, it's SRV02. Then it's this software share and Keepass folder, and here we have our MSI package. So I will select it, then I will select Advanced and OK. Here I will go to the Deployment tab and Advanced. I will select Ignore language when deploying this package because I want to deploy it on all of my computers, no matter what the operating system languages are on those computers. And then I will select OK and OK. And we are done creating our policy, so I will close this window. Then here I will go to Details. For GPU status, I will select User Configuration Settings are disabled because this policy currently has only computer settings in it. And I will leave all other settings on default. And this is it for creating our policy. The next step that we need to take is to link this policy to an organization unit that is holding the computers on which we want to install the software. And for me, it will be this domain computers 1 organization unit. And to assign it, I will select and hold the policy. Then I will drag and drop it on the organization unit. And I will select OK. As you can see, the policy appeared here, and also we can see it in this list. And that's it for creating and linking our group policy. Now to test this policy, I will go to one of my client machines that is located in this organization unit domain computers 1. And it's the client right here, client 01. Now we need to refresh our group policy. So for that, I will go to my start menu, type in cmd, and I will open the command line without administrative privileges. And here I will type gp update. And as you can see here, it is informing us that it detected a software installation package and that we need to reboot our computer for the software to install. So to reboot our computer, I will type shutdown -r -t0, and let's see what's going to happen. Here we have an information message that is informing us that Keepass is installing, and it seems that it's done installing. So I will sign into the computer. And we have our desktop shortcut right here, so I'll double click on it. I will select enable here. And as you can see, we have our Keepass software opened and it seems to be working just fine. And that's it for deploying the software for our computers. Now let's create another group policy for our domain users so that they can install the software whenever they like. And for that, I will go back to my domain controller. I'll right click on group policy objects, select new. And this time I will name this policy publish Keepass. I'll select OK. I'll select the policy and then I will right click it and select edit. And because this is the policy for our users, we need to go to the user configuration, policy, software settings, software installation, and right click here, go to new and package. Once again, make sure that you're selecting a file that is located in a network share. And it seems that this one is, so I will select it. Then I will select advanced and OK. Then I will go to deployment tab, and here I will select basic for installation user interface options, because I don't want to give any options to select for our users during the installation process. Then I will select OK, and I will close this. And for GPO status, I will select computer configuration settings disabled, because this policy only has user settings in it. And now we need to link this group policy to an organization unit that is holding our domain users. So for that, I will select and hold on the policy and drag and drop it to an organization unit. And the organization unit for me will be the domain users organization unit. And in this organization unit, I have a user John. And now to test this policy, I will go to my other client machine. As you can see, we don't have a desktop icon for Keepass. Here I have this install program from a network shortcut, and currently we have no packages. So to fill this list, we need to refresh our group policy. So back to the start menu, type in cmd, open the command line, and here I will type gp update and press enter. And as you can see, the group policy update was successful, and this time we don't need to reboot our computer, because the installation will be performed by the user. So back to the software list right here, I will right click and select refresh. And as you can see, we have our Keepass package here. So I will double click on it and wait for the installation. It finished almost instantly. I will click OK here and I will try to open it. Once again, here I will select enable, and it seems to be working just fine. And that's it for this video. In the future videos, I will show you how to deploy Keepass using other software deployment tools, so like and subscribe if you want to see that, and see you in the next one.